going on?
Hey, Scott. Thank you for that intro. Hello, Jamie, my friend. How are you?
Gentlemen, and I use that term loosely, what is happening? It's been a
Oh,
very interesting October thus far, Andy.
yeah, yeah. Especially the last 2 days. And we will dive into that when we get to the market recap. Be plenty of talk about in the market recap today for sure. And thanks everybody. I see a lot of regulars saying hello and hi to you guys out there. Thank you so much for coming to this trading studio with myself and Jamie. And we got hopefully some nice nuggets of wisdom to pass along with you today. And before we do, let's just dive right into our disclaimer, guys. Just keep in mind that this is for educational purposes only. All right, we're going to talk about some stuff in here and some good stuff hopefully for you, but nothing should be construed as investment advice. All right, if you're seeking that, you want to look for a registered broker, RIA, somebody who can act in that capacity, but we're more fun. All right, let's dive in and talk about our summit coming up here. Man, it's getting close, October 20th. This be offering live streaming. Okay, you want to catch this. All right, if you can sit at home in the comfort of your own home and be able to watch this incredible lineup that we have coming to you straight to a monitor in your home near you. So guys, don't miss it. Brett, I'm just going to go through real quick. Brett Steinberger, Barger, I should say, Brian Shannon, JC Peretz, and a lineup of great other ones that we have as well. This is on Saturday, October 20th. You need to register. Go to trade-ideas.com/live stream. Don't miss it, but you do have to register. All right, let's talk about our 5-star support education and training here. We're very proud of it. We know we have a very powerful software here at Trade Ideas, and we want to make sure you're able to use it and to potentially, I mean, turn you into a much better trader. I always tell people you don't only have to know how to trade, you need to know what to trade, and that is what Trade Ideas does for you. It finds you what to trade. And for those who are new, it's going to cut your learning curve in half, and it's just because it's showing you what to trade. But we back it up, guys, with tons of support and education. All right, we have webinars Monday through Thursday in the 5 Eastern time slot. You can see them there on the left side. It's a combination of myself, Jamie, and Steve. We kind of rotate in and out, each one of us hosting, the other guy sidekicking. And then we throw on Wednesdays, you got our CEO, Dan Merkin, and CTO, Brad Williams. That's a great place to go to catch the latest bells and whistles that are coming down the pike. And let's not forget our traders room. Okay, this is basically 7 hours worth of content. We open up, Barry opens up about 30 minutes before the market opens and goes, in most cases, to the bell. Does close down on some days a little bit earlier when it gets slow. He has a right to do that, but still, you can go in there, you can watch a professional trader using our software, and the kicker is it's free for everybody. There's no charge. You can get in there and check out over 500 traders in there sharing ideas. Great place to be. We do not stop there. We have our Friday support session, which is a scheduled 3-hour event, a straight up Q&A where you guys come in, ask questions. Same format as you see here using GoTo webinar. So we're able to actually show you and not just answer your questions for you. So we can demonstrate if you want to see alert being built or something like that. So great place to come if you have any questions that weren't answered or still scratching your head about something in the software. And guys, we have TI University. All right, this is basically about 6 hours worth of content, live content each week. Okay, if you're new to trading, using Trade Ideas, you want to register for this for sure, because we have classes that begin on Monday. It's 101, and we graduate each day until the final one that Jamie did today, which was 401. We have like an hour curriculum, and then we finish it up with about 20 to 30 minutes worth of Q&A after that. So I'm telling you guys, with TI University, all of our webinars, the trading room, the Friday Q&A, within a week, you're going to have a really good grasp of this software and building some incredible stuff with it. So we're always available. We're here for you. And then we got an incredible support chat room on our website that you can come to and ask more questions. So there is no excuses for not being able to learn this software. I don't know, did I double click here? Let me see. Yes, I did. Broken up, and this is a big one. Brokerage Plus, guys. We're gonna talk a little bit about some cool stuff in Holly today, which is all right. And when it does, it's going to cost you. So you want to sign up for, you got to sign up for premium to be grandfathered into this Brokerage Plus, and you need to do it pretty quick. All right, and I'm telling you, you do not want to miss this. We did a support session last night with Michael Noss, and he was showing us some of the features and the tools, and it is bad. So anyway, there'll be you'll hear much more about this in the coming month ahead. All right, to learn more right now, go to trade-ideas.com/beta. And what this is, guys, it's a way for you to hook up your strategies and soon to be able to hook up Holly strategies to auto trade through Interactive Brokers. All right, guys, so you want to check this out. All right, let's take a look at our agenda for today. We have the market recap, which is going to be fun. This is where I think you guys are, it's real easy to sit back and say, the trend's intact, no bear case made here, everything, but when I think our real value can come when you're talking to experienced traders is when you get into a market like this and you're asking yourself, oh my God, what I used to do is not working. What do I need to do now? So we'll give you some ideas, about what to do in a market like this. So we'll cover that in the market recap. And then we're going to go over the Holly recap, and I'm going to show you a great new feature that's coming soon. And then we're going to go, and what it is Holly trade size options. I think I teased a group the other day with it. It wasn't, I don't think it was I don't know if this was last week or not, but anyway, you'll get to see this on my screen today. And then a strategy that you might want to put to work in this. We're going to kind of create this by flipping an alert, my bottoming tail alert, and we're going to create a topping tail. And then I'm going to explain to you why you cannot really back test this. All right, with that said, let me back out here and pull up the good old spiders. Ooh. Those red bars are making me nervous. I can't even grab my screen here. All right. Look what we have here. My goodness, Jamie. Kind of similar to what we had, yeah. Kind of similar to what we saw over here at the first of the year, but even more extreme on these first two downdraft days. But nonetheless, you can see very similar, about the same amount of volume. Actually, a little more on the downside on this first and second day. But what happened? I was talking to Steve today, and I think I mentioned last week or in Steve's webinar, or maybe it was on Tuesday. I said, guys, we're only about 5% off from getting right back into the same funk that we were in early to midsummer. And look what happened. 2 days, and here we are. Okay, guys, we're kind of seeing a lot of questions popping up. I hope I'm not missing anything.
Oh no, we got it.
All right. All right. I just want to make sure I didn't need to discuss something. So guys, let me scroll a little bit back so we can get the first of the year. And here's what we have, guys. We had a market that finally took all summer and the early maybe part of fall, then we finally broke out of our January high, and we lasted maybe a good month and a half. And look what happened, guys. We broke that level back, and we broke it viciously. And now we are below every major average. And like I said, we're kind of right back in the middle of this kind of funk that we were in forever, it felt like for 6 months, and the spider was going back and forth. A lot of things are broken, okay? Take a look at the IWM. That's ugly. Is that like a 6-month low there? 5-month low anyway. Qs, ugly. All of them below the 200. We haven't seen that in a while, so you saw the spiders back over here. When they tried to break this 200, they catapulted back real quick. Now we closed well below our 200-day tonight, today. What does this mean? We're in a bear market? No, not yet. Anyways, it's harder to even define a bear market anymore because with our different weightings, especially like you have in the Qs, and even in the spiders to some extent, because some of the major stocks will hold it up, and really back in 2011, I think it was, or 14, we had probably like 90% of the NASDAQ stocks were in actually bear market correction, but you had a few big ones kind of holding it up. So, but I don't want to
Hey
fixate.
Andy, real quick
Go ahead.
here.
Sure.
We got some questions coming in, and I was just
Okay.
running the numbers myself. So the high of the SPY was, what do we top out? 293.94. So a good 10% correction, we'd be down about 29 points, and we're not quite there yet. If we get some action in the next tomorrow, if tomorrow's weak followed by Monday, we could complete a 10% correction. Waleed was asking if this is a correction. Well, could be. I don't think the move's over yet, right? I mean, we could end up correcting 10%. Of course, you and I have been around long enough to know that that's healthy for a market, right?
Right.
And then, it's gotta take a breather, do its thing, and then maybe we go back to highs, maybe not. But as to the question that Waleed asked, we could be in a correction. Some might say we're already in a correction. Now, how big is the correction going to be? Don't know yet.
Yes, exactly. Mike C says, no, the talking heads say we're not in a recession, and we have been experiencing economic growth, and that's true. But when they come quickly. It's not like that. It's not like it's telegraphed. Okay, there's a lot of the earnings can really flip on a dime. I've seen them. I mean, everything you really can't pay a whole lot of attention to these forward projections. What they're expecting to make. 6 months, 9 months down the road, 1 year in the road. They can't. They're giving you their best guess. So they can change quickly if you get some macro factor that can affect it, like interest rates, like just an overheating economy really fast, where you can actually get, they think they have inflation under control, but you never know. When that stuff comes on, it can come on really quick. Just ask the people, who were paying 17, 18%, for their mortgage interest all those years back in the what was that, Jamie? Probably 80s.
Yeah. Well, the whole adjustable rate, and then after that, the whole adjustable rate fiasco that went on in the early 2000s. Stated income back then. You didn't even have to prove your income. They're just like, how much do you make? You're like, 200 grand. They're like, done.
Exactly.
Which, man, that was when you saw the Ditech commercials come on every 30 seconds. Those Ditech commercials, remember those?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
Oh yeah, I remember those. Absolutely. So anyway, guys, this is when because and I say this because we really haven't experienced a bear market, since 2009, and so it's been a long time. So most of the traders out there have not even really gone through one. I'm not saying we're going to go through one, and it's not just if the market ticks down below 10%. Yeah, you may have a correction, but it's not considered a bear market. Bear market territory maybe, but not a bear market. Now I think it has to. I got to go back and look. There's different, like I said, there's different definitions, but it needs to remain, below a certain level for a certain amount of time to be considered a bear market. You're not in a bear market if we just dip down and bounce right back up. So, but it's definitely something that you got to keep in the back of your brain, just because we haven't really experienced one. The average bull market lasts 4.5 years, and people will argue that this one really didn't start until we broke out through those highs. That I'm not going to go back into history, but to me, it started at the end of the bear market in 2009. So for me, it's been a 9 year, almost a 10-year bull market. So we're due. We're definitely due. So what you need to do, guys, is seriously, because you're going to find out a lot of the stuff that you used to work for you it no longer works. Okay, you need to try to, if you don't have a shorting, if you're not good at shorting, it's okay. You still can be okay and survive and make money, but it's going to be a lot easier for you if you do have that in your arsenal, your ability to short, sell. But I think the key is, what I've learned over the years is to really cut back your size, cut back the amount of times you're executing trades. You're just going to have to, be patient. Shorting's a different game, and a lot of people say bear markets wipe out both longs and shorts, and I've mentioned that several times in here, and there's a reason for it, because your bounce back. They also say some of your best bull runs are in bear markets, because that's what happened. Everybody thinks, oh, this is the low. So not only do you have shorts rushing to cover, you have more longs coming in thinking the low is in, and then of course it destroys the short on that up move, and then it rolls back over and destroys the low. So anyway, it could be a vicious cycle. Best thing to do, guys, is try to relax, pull back your size. I'm serious. Even if maybe even trade a quarter size of what you're used to, because if things do get ugly and we do get into that bear market and things get volatile, don't worry. You can make just as much money trading 25% of what you're used to, because the moves are so much more volatile. But are we there? I don't know. You guys know that I have not been crazy ever since this high, coming even back over here. Even when we were putting, I was saying, yeah, there's no bear case to be made, but I kept saying I hate to sound like one of these guys, I told you so. No, I would never say that, but I did throw out things. I said, guys, the risk reward, if you're a long-term investor, is just I don't feel it in here. For day trading, sure. Yeah, ride the wave. But if you're, long-term swing trading or investing, this is when you have an overextended market like this that has run its course for so long. I get a little more hesitant as far as taking positions to the long side. Anyway, Jamie, I hope I'm probably rambling too much, but
no. But hey, when does the market do this? Not very often.
No.
Right? And ever since, if you put your cursor up there to the first day of October, how many red days out of the trading days that we have?
Yep.
It's been quite a few, So
yep.
Interesting. We will see if this downturn continues. Get that 10%. Maybe we don't. Maybe we do. Maybe we don't. The good news is there's going to be plenty of trading opportunities out there moving forward.
Absolutely. So, technicals have been, a lot of them, they're broken. When you move below moving averages, you definitely have an area right here of congestion. You can see in the spiders where we kind of bounced off of today. Just want to kind of point to you some areas that we may want to keep an eye out real quick. The Qs broke below their 200, and I would have to say that probably this right here is kind of a pivot line. Broke above that, came back, tested it like 4 or 5 times, and it moved higher. So that may be an area if you watch if we get down to tomorrow. But be careful, because we are so conditioned to buy the dips, and I can promise you there's a lot of people buying the dip on this move that are getting just destroyed. So just pull it back. All right, let's get into the fun stuff now. And for you guys that are new in here, we usually don't spend this much time in the market recap, but I think it's justified with the action that we've seen recently. All right, guys, I tell you what, Jamie, when I pass it over to you, I'm gonna let you let them show them the Omni channel. But first, I am going to, or I could do that too. What I want to show you is something really cool. What we have now, I just got this developmental version this morning. Been playing around with it, and this is what's coming to down the pike to you guys here real soon, hopefully. If you go into tools and you go into options, you are going to see AI trade size. Okay, so you have three options here. You can go with dollars per trade, you can go with shares per trade, or this is really cool one. Michael Noss uses this a lot when he's auto trading with the Brokerage Plus module. We have this available. This is the same thing that's available for those of you who are using the Brokerage Plus. You've seen this before. And what you can do, let me explain to you how this works. So if you have a stop loss, so Holly's stop loss, she comes every time she fires off a trade, or we should say right now it's still an alert, there's no trade. When she fires off an alert, it comes with a stop loss, okay? So what you can do is take that stop loss and you can base your amount of risk on that stop loss. So for example, if you do not only want, if the most you want to lose on a trade is $200, you can put 200 in here. And what it's going to do is go out and figure the stop, okay, from the entry. So let's say it's 25 cents, let's say 50 cents. And then it's going to compute what your actual trade size should be based upon your risk parameters. Does that make sense? So if you want to only lose $200 if the stock goes all the way to the stop, it will calculate and put the share size in here for you. Now you're not going to see your share size on the Holly trades, but what you're going to see is the risk off versus risk on. I'm sorry, and risk on, based upon what you put, whatever you put in here. So let me give an example. Let's go in here to the trade size, and let's put 1 share per trade. This should equal the same as Holly. Let me put this on Grail. All right. And it doesn't. Why isn't this Grail marrying up to my Grail up here? I do something wrong here?
Well, I'm showing Holly risk on was what, positive 3 cents?
Option 1
and
share.
Risk, well, actually no. I'm getting risk off on Grail of 69 cents to the downside.
Right.
And risk on negative 5 cents. And
it must have something adjusted after hours, because this was marrying up. Because I have one right now. I have in here, Jamie. I have 1 share per trade, so that should be the same as what we're seeing over here. Let me try it on another one here.
Yeah.
Let me go to Neo. This is why, guys, it's a developmental version, so we got to make sure everything, all the quirks are worked out. Okay, that's correct. And okay, risk on Neo is 106, but it's 120 on this one. So something's not jiving, but I will make a note of that and send this over to our developments, because if it's 1 share in there, obviously it should be the same as the risk on.
Right.
The 106. It could have been something that just kind of happened after hours, because I did it and it was working. These were coinciding all day long. All right, but let me show you something that's cool, guys. So let's say you're in Grail, okay? Grail had a lot of kind of Mighty Mouse, had some lower price stocks, little big guy, lower strategies in here. So you look at Grail today, and wish this was correct, it's not, but okay, I know this is right. Okay, it was up 0.03, okay, and risk on. But let's say you wanted to calculate how much, say you were going $10 per trade. Let's say you had a $100,000 account, or you wouldn't even need that, a $50,000 account, because you get 4-to-1 margin. So let's say you were going $10,000 per trade. All right, and you click save. Well, now look what happens. See, it adjusts with your risk on would be 303, okay, versus the 3 when you're just doing per trade. So this is something you're going to be able to play around with, guys, and decide what share size is going to work best for you. Okay, you can always go with dollars per trade, share size per trade, shares per trade. Now, this is a tough one if you're trading strategies that are, you know, $2 up to $100, because obviously if you got, you know, say 500 in here, that you know, it's going to cost you a lot more for a $100 stock versus a $2 stock. So I would be probably more inclined to place dollars per trade, and I would really take a look at this risk based on stop loss. Okay, so if you put in here whatever max you want to lose, so let's say you want to lose 300, don't want to lose more than $300 a trade. Okay, it just calculated, and how much risk off you would have made, risk on, based upon the size, using just 200. I'm sorry, a stop loss of what's it called? A risk based on stop loss of $300. This is a pretty cool one, so you want to look into that. Now, obviously, you're not going to see the share size in here. It's something for right now. Maybe it's something that we add, you know, in the future. So you're just going to have to kind of calculate that in your head. But nonetheless, it's a nice little feature. So you no longer just have to look at the one share per alert anymore. You can. There's several ways where you can calculate your risk size and your trade size. Let me see. And Wally says, but AI size is so helpful and valuable. Yeah, thank you. Wally says, thanks for developing. This is an awesome feature. It is an awesome feature. And when I pulled it up today and I started seeing this stuff come through, I said, wow, this is great. So now, you know, it opens up a whole new arena for it, because now you can kind of play around with those numbers and see what, you know, works best for you as far as how the strategy goes. And it's not every case is going to work great for you, so it's something you definitely want to play around with and plug some numbers in. But that is coming, and in case you guys have probably seen this in some of the others, but I'm going to show you real quick. You're going to have access to the Omni AI. So Wally says he downloaded the version 2.55. Do you have access to Omni now, Wally? Great. So Waleed, so you guys do have access to this, but it's not functional. Yes, that's okay. Yes, Waleed, you're not even able to pull up the layout. Okay, you're right. Christopher says the channel's there, but it's not loading. Correct.
Right.
What we have to do, guys, so don't get frustrated when you see that. We have to kind of go in and build a scaffolding for you, and we do that. And then the internal parts come a little bit later. So it's kind of a stepping stone to what's coming. So you should know when you see that it should be just around the corner, because we, like I said, building the scaffolding for you, so it should be there. But this is real cool. This is a way that you now can see all Hollies at the same time. Okay. Not a great day for Holly, but it was, once again, guys, look at the market and trust me, when things get volatile like this, it's tough on all strategies, and also it was tough on a holiday day. Although, risk on Neo did pretty good. That would be this one right here. A lot of shorts that worked in risk on. Twitter didn't work all that great. And there's a long that didn't work good, but a lot of shorts right here in the middle worked very well. But a tough day, we had a sudden move down in the SPYs right here in the 10-minute chart, and back up again, down, real quick move up again. So this is after hours right there. Looks like it's just going.
And Andy too, if I can kind of chime in here, we get a few got a few questions today from people going, well, notice the AI wasn't very, it was active, but didn't have a day like yesterday where, you know, it pretty much blew the doors off, right?
Right.
And got a lot of alpha in that big down candle yesterday. But this is my take on it. Of course, I could be wrong, but it kind of makes sense to me, is that, you know, we're factoring in yesterday's data, right? And that is impacting the data sets. So to see Holly kind of basically, yeah, she was up what? Let's see, $1.10 minus 30 cents or so. I mean, you know, up a little bit, but not crushing it like she did yesterday. And I'm just assuming that, you know, the big moves folded into the data set kind of, you know, recalibrated things and whatnot. So, you know, big days kind of play havoc on statistics, right? Because it's way out of the averages on a lot of these metrics that we archive.
Yep.
So anyway, that's just my 2 cents on, you know, why she was kind of just kind of languished around, and, you know, you, me, a lot of other people were thinking, well, these short positions were there. I just don't think she was quite weighted enough to the short side. But anyway.
No, that's a very good observation, Jamie. And you have a good point there. You know, that's the great thing about Holly. It's current. Okay, right now she's crunching all the numbers from the day, and she'll come out with strategies tomorrow. So, but I know when things get, you know, nasty and volatile like this, it's pretty tough. But you know, not bad. You know, no big killer on the downside. Although I didn't see Neo did actually pretty good there. All right, let me. Well, Jamie, it's up to you. I don't have to pass it over there. I don't think. I mean, there's not a lot of unless you have a couple of trades you want to dissect.
Let's check the time here. You got
I got plenty. Yeah, we got plenty of time. Yeah.
If you're on a roll, don't let me stop you. You know, there's always some trade arounds.
Oh yeah.
But you know, that one, and you don't have to pass the baton, but if you just wanted to pull it up on your chart, I mean,
Okay.
when you look at the risk on potential on BF.B out of NEO, I mean, that's classic, textbook, right? I mean, you know, no fear there. Of course, I'm looking at 15-minute candles, so it looks really, really smooth. And it looks smooth on that 10-minute there. I mean, what a beautiful entry, right?
Yep.
And then, you know, if you're just patient, never tempted that stop loss at all, and, you know, plenty of opportunity to take that money on that first little downturn, or when it broke that plane, you know, breaking that lower resistance level or that little support level it set up there. Once again, great opportunity to really leverage a Holly play and get that downward swoosh once it breaks that plane right there. Yeah. So, you know, those are all over the place today. Risk on is always going to be there. Can't say always. Some days it's just not there. But like on these shorts today, not only the BF.B, but the Ameritrade. Ameritrade. Yeah, she bailed on Ameritrade and avoided a stop on that one.
Right.
But as Steve likes to say, comes back down and breaks that plane again. The second second mouse got the cheese on that one.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Very good. Good stuff, Jamie. And I will say something like this. I'm gonna pull up Beastie here, Beastie Boys.
You know, I was just gonna say that might be one to throw out to watch for tomorrow.
Well, me and Michael Noss, we're the type of guys that like to kind of throw a swing trade in on something like this. It's been beaten up. You have a stock that's been just beaten up, and today, if you looked, it was doing relative volume, trying to get a little bounce on a relative volume there. Holly had a buy there, and this is the kind of trade, guys, where sometimes I'll take a risk on something like this, you know, small size, and see if I can get a swing trade. I know it's bottom fishing. It's not really catching a fallen knife because it's been grinding lower for months. Okay, so something like this I can condone versus something where, like the spiders right now, you know, where you're just coming straight down. That's jumping in front of it nice. You know, something like this, you are doing some bottom fishing. And a lot of times I'll play something like this with options. Okay, just limit my risk to the downside, but you can have a lot of upside potential where, you know, you can easily get a move, you know, back up to this area right here. So just kind of throwing out some strategies sometimes. Like I said, I don't do a lot of bottoming fishing, but sometimes with small size, it's worth the risk reward, you know, to see if you can get like a nice little pop up. Any more here? Well, let's see. Holly
Randy,
Grail was doing good at one point. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, in this downturn, in these red days, we've had some really good long trades. You know, the funny thing about it is some of the better trades on a percentage basis. I forget the one that was yesterday that was up like 20-something%. And then, you know, for example, today on Holly Grail, the AEM just didn't care that the market was going down. And, you know, huge risk on potential in that one, in the same capacity of the short, you know, a nice little area to add to a position or just take it from the original entry signal. So good to see that on down days, there's still good long plays and vice versa.
Yep. Good point. And a lot of times on days like today, some of the extended stocks, some of the ones that have been holding up so well are the ones where people are selling and taking their profits. Whereas sometimes in some of these stocks, you know, this one's kind of hugging near the bottom. Of course, it's a gold miner and the gold miners are doing well. So it's a little bit contrary to the market, but you get a rotation, and sometimes some of these weaker sectors that have been weak for so long, they get a flow of money into them, people getting out of the over, you know, priced ones and looking more for value. All right. Yes, Steve did point it out. Yeah, Steve, he talked about the SDSs, and yeah, I'm kind of the same way a lot of times. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to, you know, pick bottom sometimes. You can, if you hit it good, can make a lot of money. Of course, that SDS, you know, was kind of obviously hasn't been doing good over the last several years, but it's had a nice little move lately. And there you go. And I think it was right, I believe it was right there was the alert that he, you know, he's keeping an eye on that level right there. Boy, we just shot right through it on huge volume. All right, so thank you, Jamie, for that input. And I'm going to go over one more topic here, guys, and I'm going to make sure I didn't miss anything. Nope. All right. So I'm going to have to because I went out of my layout, and I'm going to have to recreate my alert that I had built for you guys.
No worries, Andy. Hey, and then David had a question for you about options.
Sure. I like the out of the money options. I like the out of the money options because usually when you catch something that's kind of when you're bottom fishing like that, it's been in the downtrend. When it does, my thinking is, and the reason I get the out of the money options is when that move happens and it starts coming out, you know, what you're going to have is a lot of people, once again, you're going to have that almost like bear market exaggeration, because you're going to have the shorts who've been riding it down all of a sudden finally getting out to cover. You're going to have new long interest coming back into the stock, and that usually will catapult the stock, you know, to a much higher level than most people will anticipate. So you know, SDSs are a great example. Of course, the market's falling apart right here, but you know, if you're thinking, you know, this is a stock, yeah, I would definitely get, you know, out of them, not too far out of the money. And a lot of times I try to anticipate the move and buy the options that are closer to me, maybe a month or two out, and I don't really, you know, I don't want to go way out because obviously you're going to pay a lot more for those. But so I try to anticipate the move and then just go, you know, depending on the stock, maybe a little bit out of the money, and then ones that are closer in for sure. All right, so what I was thinking today, guys, is, well, I need to give these guys a tool for maybe an alert window for trading bearish tapes. And so what I was thinking of, this, I really love this bottoming tail when we're in a bull market. So what I want to do is I wanted to make a topping tail. So once again, guys, let's me duplicate this window, and I'm going to take this, and this is looking for stocks that are putting a daily bottom tail. Okay, so I'm going to go into configuration to show you what I'm talking about. If you go to symbol list and go to add existing list, and you go to our daily, these are ones that we pre-configured. Okay, they're waiting for you as soon as you get the software. These are in there. I have found some of these really work well. But mostly up until this point, I've been focusing on the bullish ones. The bottoming tail and green bar reversal is a good one. So I said to myself, I want to make a bottoming tail, a topping tail. So I click this topping tail, moves it over here, and so I changed the configuration in this from a bottoming tail to a topping tail. Now remember, it's going back and looking at the daily configures from yesterday. These are daily candlesticks. It's not looking at today's data. It's looking at yesterday's data. So I know anything that comes through my alert had a topping tail yesterday. All right, so my configuration that I have in here is set for a new high, and these are my parameters. Okay, well, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take out these, because I had this one. This is one I was working on that I was optimizing. So I'm just going to go ahead and take out these two things right here, and let's just go ahead and make this up to 200. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit OK, and these are my alerts now. So this is for a bottoming tail that I'm looking to go long on. Okay, but now since I switched the symbol list to a topping tail, what I want to do is come in here and I'm going to flip these. Okay, so now I'm looking for a new low. Okay, the price didn't change, that's the same. The daily volume, that didn't change. I could change this to 300 if I wanted to. But now look right here, guys, in the window specific filter, the position in previous day's range, I have a max of 1%. Okay, so if I go over here and summary, you can read it here. Stocks where the price is below the low of this range. Also where the price is at the low of this range. Also, I don't know why they have all these, but here's the key. Also where the price is no more than 1% above the low end of this range. So I want this about to break out of yesterday's lows. We're looking at position in previous day's range. So it's about to take out yesterday's low, or it's already taken it out. I don't care if it's already gapped below it. That's fine with me. So let's take a look and see what happened on here today. And honestly, I haven't even looked. All right, so let's click on today. We got a lot of stuff. Actually, we got so much stuff, there's more available. So I could probably come in here and put some more parameters, but let's, good Lord, do I have a lot of stuff in here. Let me do this. Yes. Well, I'm not going to change it. You guys can go in. There's too much data in here, but I don't really have the time to go in here and configure this to where I'm not getting so much. So I'm going to share this with you guys, and you guys could do with it what you want. But what I wanted to show you is this can be a very good alert when we get into bear market, action. You're going to see things like this. It had a topping tail yesterday, and you would have gotten this alert right here when it broke down through that tail. Look at that beautiful one right there. There's your topping tail yesterday. Now you have it coming through. You got alerted right here. Now you're seeing it right here, but I'm telling you, if I could go back, let me just do more available here. Good Lord, Jamie, there's a lot of topping tails yesterday.
It was.
Yeah. You will not be, only because we're in the market that we in the last 2 days that you're getting this much in here. It would not normally not be this way. So I don't even know if I'd mess with it. But look at that beautiful one there. Topping tail, you would have got alerted right there. My gosh, there's a lot of. I could go in here and eliminate the ETFs. That would take out some of them. So just one good trade after another. I know the market caused a lot of this, but I promise you guys, if we get into a bear market, you're going to see a lot of great trades coming through something like this. And once again, I'll share it with you, and then you can go in and fix your parameters like you want it. Now, the key to this, and what I found out on my own, I did not know this was the case. And you saw I put it in the agenda for today, that you cannot backtest this. And the reason you can't backtest this because it is a dynamic symbol list. In other words, the symbol list changes every day by definition because it's going out and looking for topping tails. Okay, so if I right click in here and I put this on history and I go to yesterday, it's going to start looking for these topping tails with the symbol, with the same things I had in here yesterday. And see how it's showing me yesterday right now is a topping tail. So this is not really working. It should be showing me, it should not be showing me the stuff on the day. So I took this one time and I was trying to back test and I kept getting these funky results. I'm going, what the heck is happening? So what is happening is it's taking the same symbol list and it's going and back testing it throughout the whole back testers. If you set it up on 63 days, it's going to continue to back test that same symbol list. Okay, it does not, it's not, I guess, advanced enough at this point to go back and know what symbol list was using on the prior days other than last night. So basically, it's a dynamic symbol list. It's not static. It changes every day. Okay, that doesn't mean it's not a good alert. It just means you're not going to be able to back test it. Okay, so I just wanted to throw that out in case some of you guys wanted to take it and start trying to back test it. It's not going to work, but I can promise you this: you're going to find some really good setups in here and some really good trades. And when you get into a nice bullish tape, take a look at the bottoming tails and take a look at the green bar reversals. There's some really good trades in there. So let me do this, guys. Let me put this back on real time here. And what I'm going to do, let me name it. We don't want it flip bottoming tail. We want to call it topping tail. Let me just look at the window specific filters one more time to see if there's anything. Average daily volume's good. Yeah, there's not a whole lot I would change. You might want to come in and change the price parameters. You know, maybe make it 5 to 50, whatever you want to trade. I'm going to send it over like this, but I think, yeah, if you want to kind of hone in so where you're only getting, you know, the kind of alerts that you want to trade, just come in here. And it looks great about our software. You can take an alert and you can make it your own. And a new low, just making sure everything is correct in this thing. All right. So what I'm going to do is save and share this for you guys and put it to use, because you need something. If you've been staring at the same alerts, say you've had our product for a couple of years and you've been looking at a lot of bullish alerts like I have on here, well, I'll probably change my strategy up here over the next and start throwing in some bearish alerts with it. So if you go to your chat window, you'll see the words topping tail, the chat window in your GoToWebinar interface. And there is the code for that. And what I'm doing for you guys who are in here for the first time, we have the ability to share our alerts with other people just by copying the code and sharing it with them. They can grab that code out of the chat room and they can use it for them immediately right on their software. So powerful stuff. Well, Jamie, I'm just about wrapped up here.
Good stuff, Andy, as always.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, guys. I'm going to go ahead. If you guys have any more questions, make sure. I don't think I didn't miss anything. Jamie, thank you for hitting all those. And yeah, you're welcome, Waleed. You're welcome, Nick. And let's see, Andy, okay, that's already answered that one. All right, Scott, you want to come in here and march them out? And you guys hang on, he'll have a code for you.
All right, thank you, Andy. Yeah, there's a couple items on the way out. First of all, I hope you all have already gotten the ebook. If you haven't yet, go to trade-ideas.com/ebook, put in your email address to get the download link. It's 5 ways to win in a post-BTFD market. Both Andy and Jamie contributed chapters to it. It's been very timely this year, ever since we launched it in February. It's great, very popular. So make sure you get that. We've got a podcast, new episode coming out tomorrow. Trade Ideas Podcast is what to search for in your favorite app that you listen to podcasts in. Then just click on the subscribe button so you get all the newest episodes. And you can also check out the archives. We've got some guest pods on there as well. We're really excited about the event we have coming up. The tickets sold out for the in-person, for attendees that are actually coming to San Diego to attend. We're going to have a full room, trying to cram in some more space. But you can watch from the comfort of your home at trade-ideas.com/livestream. Go there, enter your email address to get updates about how to watch it. And the day before the event, you'll get the link. And then you can tune in on Saturday the 20th and watch it live. You'll also get early access to all the videos as they come out. We have a code for you this month to save some money. You just use Alpha Studio, all caps. Plug that in and you save 15% off your first month or year of Trade Ideas. If you're on standard and want to do an upgrade to premium, you can also do that and save 15% off your upgrade. Send your questions to info@trade-ideas.com. That's the best place to go for support. It goes right into our help desk software, and then it gets routed to the appropriate member to help you out. You can follow Jamie on Twitter at QuantBot. Steve Gomez is at Today Trader. We also have at Trade Ideas. Facebook.com/Trade Ideas is the page to like on Facebook to get some other content that we post there, as well as share it with your friends. Thanks, everyone. We'll have a recording up later on tonight or tomorrow. Thanks, Andy and Jamie.
Thank you, Scott. Thanks, everybody. We will see you tomorrow in the support session.
Yeah, later on.
Bye-bye.